What's up, everyone? Good morning, good morning. All right, oh, sorry. Sorry, echo. Um, Sorry, I had to mute myself, but hope everyone's having a good morning. Right now, my favorite watch is GLUU, gapping up from 561 to 660, so just about $1 exactly. Also looking at Twitter, TWTR, which is gapping up from 27.54 to 30.42, so about $3 there. NBEV had a big down day, but this is like, I don't know if anybody remembered what I said yesterday before I closed the stream down, but look at this beautiful triangle that formed. And like I said, it was going to get wedged in between. It was either going to break up or down. It broke down, but beautiful triangle. Let's see what else is in there in this market. VLRX is starting to get a little bit of volume. NDLS is moving some, gapping up from 950s to 1081. Tesla is up. The overall market went down though yesterday, but Tesla's rebounding some. Oh man. What's up, Mr. Charts? How you doing, bro? Good morning, Bamboo, Joe, Adam. On TraderView. My battery's gonna die. I don't know if anybody can hear that, but my battery is probably going to die on my headphones. Gonna have to switch to my corded headphones. Give me a second. Alright, there we go. Just switched to different headphones here. I'm just going to use my speakers. It's going to be easier for now. Alright, that's better. Yeah, sometimes I use TraderView. I've used it before. I haven't put my trades in there in a while. It all depends. I mean, the big thing is like I live stream my trades each morning, so people can watch my trades. They could follow my account balance to see, make sure I didn't trade after the stream or anything like that. And then sometimes I'll log into Tef's P&L online, like Tef's website, and review my P&L. Sometimes I use TraderView to look at my graphs and stuff like that. And so it all just depends. It's been kind of hectic lately. I've been really busy. If anybody's been following the stream, they know it's been kind of hectic lately. But sometimes I do use TraderView, yes. But what I try to do is I just try to live stream my trades each morning. So just let people watch me trade. I can't really hide anything that way. Good morning, Jason. What's up, Todd? How you doing, man? Long time no see, brother. Jeremy, good morning. John, good morning. Tiny, good morning. So John O, I think if you're an options trader, now is a good time for call options. What do you think? Yeah, I mean, the market's overall down from yesterday. Naturally, usually when the market's down that much, I'm a little bit more long biased for a bounce just because it's down so much already, but we'll see. I don't want to say yes or no. Usually with options, I'm definitely more of a put buyer. I like buying puts much more than I like buying calls just because I'm naturally short biased. But I definitely understand that logic for sure. What's up, Dot? What's up, Funkmaster? But yeah, right now my favorite stock is probably GLUU. It's sitting right at the $0.50 now, and I mean I'm looking for this one to fill some of this gap on the way down. If it fades off the VWAP, maybe look for a short down to 6 here, fill some of this gap at maybe 625. It all depends on where it sets that first low of the day if it does wash out. Twitter, I really don't like trading higher float stocks like this with the short strategy I use, but I'll still watch it. It doesn't look that bad. It had a nice VWAP bounce yesterday. If you look at this one, a few little good VWAP bounces here and here to a certain extent, and it bounced up nicely, giving you some room for profit. But the range is a little bit smaller, and like I said, I'm not as used to trading higher float, more blue chip stocks like that. So we'll see. I'm gonna watch the cannabis stocks again, NBEV, CRON, CGC, maybe a few other ones. Also watching NIO. These have been on my watch list for like weeks now, but keeping an eye on them. PTI is gapping up some after a big down day yesterday. It dropped from $8 down to almost $5 yesterday. Got as low as $5.18 in pre-market, $5.17 maybe in pre-market and after hours. Sitting at $5.80 now, gapping up about 45 cents or so. Yeah, glad to have you back here, brother. Yeah, I've seen you arguing with people on Facebook, Mr. Charts. I almost wanted to jump in there, but I refrained myself. But no, I hope you're doing well, brother. Glad to see you back, man. I would say Thinkorswim is probably the best free charting software. Josh, at least in my opinion, I love Thinkorswim. And so I think Thinkorswim, I mean, it's what I use for charting here, and they do have a mobile app that, you can use. And so I like Thinkorswim. But it's all subjective, man. Every different traders like different things. Yeah, for sure. I try not to, but I get wrapped up in Facebook arguments sometimes too. I try not to, though. I really don't use Facebook that much. TEUM. ESEA. Moving some. Yeah, we'll see where Twitter goes. I mean, it's gapping up a lot, Doesn't look bad. A lot of volume, a lot of people watching it. And then you can see Tesla spiking up here. Huge gap up for Tesla. What's up, Live Gains? Also, I'm not sure why it doesn't alert me when I get a new subscriber, but appreciate the subs. X-Rail, Kith, Christina, and Neil. Welcome all. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. Tastyworks. I've heard about Tastyworks. I know the founder of Thinkorswim is the guy that runs Tasty Trade now, and so I'm guessing Tastyworks is an affiliate of Tasty Trade. But I love Thinkorswim. I respect the guy's work, just because he's the one that created Thinkorswim essentially, and then sold it to TD Ameritrade. But definitely my favorite charting software. I hope it is. I mean, it's been tradable the last few months. Yes, so NBEV is shortable. If you see here, it's got the Y under tradable, which means it's shortable. None of this really means much, at least from what I know. I know as long as it has a Y under tradable, that means it's shortable. Also looking at BILI. Gapping up some, about 40 cents so far. Went all the way up to 12.80, but got rejected already. Like I said, watching PTI some. Looking at the scanner some now. XL and X gapping up in a strange way. See if NDLS is tradable for me. Alright, so GLUU is tradable, VLRX is not, MBRX is not, Twitter is, Tesla is, Tops is not, PTI is, HTZ is popping up on my scanners. Yeah, I think a lot of stuff is going to rebound today, at least just my opinion, kind of the same mentality you have. John O is kind of what I'm thinking, is that a lot of stuff is down so much from yesterday that it's going to bounce some today. And so with that, especially as a short trader, I have to be a little bit more careful, just because, like I said, everything's down so much already from yesterday that I think possibly get some bounces today on a few stocks. You know, I know the SPY's bouncing in pre-market after a down day yesterday. And so, gonna look for a few bounces here. But yeah, the lows of the year are at 252.92. And so, that's kind of a big level to watch. 252.92. I mean, we're not really close to that on the SPY, but that's, you know, a huge level. If it breaks under that, it could get serious, so gotta watch for that as well. What's up, Cool? What are going to be your new share sizes with the student account? You know, I've been thinking about it, probably anywhere from 200 to 400 shares at first, at least when I'm first starting out, 200 to 400 shares. And then if that's successful, I try to move up to 500. Goal ultimately is to get up to about 1,000 shares. But it's a slow process, and I'm not going to rush it. I'm just going to take it slow. Try to build up some profits and, you know, do it that way. Probably start using larger sizing Monday, just because I don't want to start at the end of the week whenever my trading accuracy goes down. You know, typically I have the best accuracy in the first 2 days of the week, on Monday and Tuesday. And so just trying to take it slow until I can get the opportune time to use that bigger sizing. So far this week, I have had 2 profitable days and 1 break-even day. You know, I had 2 profitable days, and then I had 1 day where I ended up about $1 or $2 in gross profits. I probably ended down $1 or so in net profits. And so I just consider that a break-even day. So I've had 1 day like that, and then I've had 2 green days this week. And so just trying to keep it going here. Like I said, not going to rush into it. And I am going to start using at least 200 shares soon, probably Monday. Maybe if I see a perfect setup today, maybe I'll scale in with a few more shares, but we'll see, you know. ACRX. Let's look at the daily. Yeah, I really don't mind ACRX here for a put option. Let me see if they sell puts on Robinhood for ACRX. It's kind of a big if. A lot of times with cheaper stocks like this, they don't sell puts, but I don't mind it. It depends on the strike price, though, for ACRX. You know, I'm not opposed to buying a put option for this one if it has a decent strike price, like $3.75 maybe. Let me look, though. All right, they do sell options for ACRX. The only option I see that I like right now is the $28 one. It's just a little bit too steep of a strike price. It would be down at 220s right here. And if it was over the support, I'd probably take it. But since it's under that support, I just don't like it. It's just too low. You know, it'd give me a month to do that, but it's just too low for me for that put option. So gonna move on. You know, with put options, I like to buy really extended stocks, and it's extended. I wouldn't say it's super overextended, but we'll see. What's up, James? All right, guys, I'll be right back. I'm gonna run to the restroom really quick. Get ready for the open. All right, I'm back. Yeah. So another thing that Eric Wade taught me yesterday. Another thing that Eric Wade taught me yesterday is that okay, there's my volume. Appreciate the sub, Arthur. Welcome, brother. Appreciate it, man. But yeah, no. Another thing that Eric taught me yesterday is that TEFs for TradeNet actually has a mobile app, and so the mobile app actually works and allows you to trade on it. So I had no idea. I knew it had an app. I had no idea how to get it working, but I finally figured out how to get the TEFs mobile app working, and so I have it on my phone as well, which I think will be really useful. It's something that Eric mentioned, or that somebody else mentioned. Maybe it wasn't Eric. Maybe it was Francis actually. But he said he uses it if TEFs or his internet goes out, he can get out of the trade on his phone. So that's super useful. So. NCTY popping up on the scanners. But yeah, my basic strategy with options is just to look for these big parabolic movers that almost always come right back down, and just to buy put options, a month-long put option on it, and just wait for it to crack, sell it when I make money on it. VTL. Yeah, it doesn't look bad. What's up, Milan? 7, cool, James, Baja. Is it? I can't tell if mine is or not. PTI starting to come back down some. It was all the way up at 6. Now it's back down to 550s. A lot of these are just down so much from yesterday. Like if you look at NBEV, PTI, IGC, CRON, NOG, NIO. You know, a lot of stuff tanked with the market yesterday. AXON popping up on the scanners. Not really that much volume. All right, but yeah, today's news is brought to you by SnapTrade. That's SNAPTRADE.US. SnapTrade's an awesome free website for traders to use. You can see here, you know, I build my watch list using it each morning, and then I share this watch list with some traders each morning. And the cool thing about it is it just makes it organized, and it's a social watch list builder. So like I can build a watch list and share it. It was down a little bit this morning, so I didn't build my watch list with it, but you know, really awesome free way to build your watch list. I can add a few of these that I like on here right now. GLUU. What else do I want to add? Maybe BILI. TKC doesn't look that bad. Gonna watch AMRN again as well. But like I said, I built this watch list. It shows me the signal strength, the market cap, volume change percentage, technical signal, like what's going on with the stock, and then you can share it. But it also has scanners if you're just interested in the scanners. They have lots of different sectors that are hot right now. Earnings, they have high gainer penny stocks, high gainer volatile stocks, gap ups if you're looking just at gap ups. And so forth and so on. And then they also have a news section. So if I want to see the big news stories in today's market, I can just click today's news only, and it shows me the biggest stories in today's market. Or if I build a watch list each morning, I can just click watch list, and it shows me what the recent movers are on my watch list. And so I didn't really update my watch list this morning, so there's no news for it. But really cool tool. I'll go ahead and post the link. And like I said, if anybody wants me to share my watch list with them, let me know, and I will. What's up, Matt? Long time no see, brother. How you been, man? Over foreign exchange? I mean, I just don't know anything about foreign exchange. You know what I mean? It's not something I'm used to. It's not something I've ever traded before. I've never traded foreign exchange, and so I don't know enough about it to you know, stick with it. Like stocks, I know stocks for the most part. You know, I've had success with stocks. With foreign exchange, it's just not something I usually do. You know what I mean? It's not something I usually do. It's not something I know enough about to really make videos on or anything like that. I wonder if they're gonna sell an option for GLUU. I would buy a put option for GLUU. Exactly. That's how kind of how I feel with it. Cool as well. Good morning, Shelm Masher. What's up, guys? They do have glue options. Nice. Okay. The soonest option is November. Okay, let me look at the daily chart for GLUU. I might buy a little put option here. Although this gap up, I would say it's a little extended on the daily chart, but it's a healthy move up. It really looks like. So it is at 645 here now. Okay, yeah, so this is a good one. I'm going to go ahead and buy this put option here for $18. A 482 strike price. So here, it gives me a month to do that. I like that. And so I'm going to go ahead and buy this actually. Cheap option. I like it. Really, I'll probably be able to start selling it if it just gets down to 5. And so I think it's a good risk reward relative to that. To watch for longs trading, I mean, since the market was down so much already yesterday, I think it's going to bounce today. I mean, it's just speculation as always, but I think a lot of stuff is going to bounce today, really. Yeah, NAUH. Nice, Milan. Hey, man, that's what... Like I said, this is one of those stocks that could run, and it went nicely. What's up, Bo? Good morning, man. 6:18, huh? Yeah, here in Texas, it's 8:20. 8:19 here. All right, so let's look up some news today. See why the market's down so much, maybe. Maybe keep an eye on AMRN as well. All right, first one I'm looking up is GLUU. It's probably one of the main ones on my watch list. So on the 22nd, earnings came out for GLUU, but maybe it's just bouncing after the drop yesterday. We'll see. But not really any real catalyst out for it today. I think a lot of stuff's just going to be bouncing off after those big drops. And I think that's a strategy a lot of traders implement, which is just wait for big dips. It's just about extension. You know, wait for overextension on the downside and then go long. And then what I do is wait for overextension on the upside and then go short. But I think that's what's kind of happening is that they're down so much already that most people are going to be long biased with some of these. I guess the basic logic is, well, how much farther can it drop? And, I mean, obviously they can keep dropping, but I think people are starting to look at how much they're down and predicting bounces at this point is what I kind of see. That's why we're getting some gap ups here. But, yeah, overall, pretty slow day, really. NDLS. It's another one I'm looking at. All right, so NDLS put out a press release that said a number of their shareholders rejected the company's plan to launch an underwritten secondary offering of up to 10,062,500 Class A shares. So shareholders rejected that offering because of quote-unquote market conditions. And so interesting here. We'll see what happens with NDLS. Twitter. We could look up the news on Twitter here. All right, so Twitter put out a press release this morning from the CFO saying that the company can continue to grow revenue faster than users for quote unquote sustained period of time. And I guess that hype is allowing Twitter to push up here. We'll see what happens. See if there's any news in the cannabis sector here. Yeah, I'm not really seeing that many news stories out right now. I mean, there's just not that much. I mean, a lot of stuff's just bouncing. TKC, positive third quarter results. You can see TKC here, gapping up some positive third quarter results. We'll see where that one goes. And aside from that, I mean, I really don't see that much. Let's look at Tesla. We can look at Tesla here. But yeah, that's really it. I mean, I'm not really seeing that many strong gaps here. So third quarter results for Tesla, making a gap up. So positive third quarter results. The price target for a lot of people were raised from one instance was from to 418 from 385 from Oppenheimer. So positive third quarter results for Tesla. Yeah, PLAG had a few little nice rejections here. PLAG still tradable. So yeah, I'll watch PLAG as well. But looking at GLUU here. Just got to be careful today. Market's slow. All right, everyone, we got about 5 minutes. Just going to start to calm myself down, get ready for the open. Yeah, there's Mitch, man. That's right. When you don't see him, he sees you. Right, 100%, man. You know, the VWAP fade, I think people see the VWAP fade works. I mean, it's just been super reliable lately. I think a lot of it is just because some of them have been on downtrends. And so I think what happens a lot of the time, like the ones that are the best are, lately I like the cannabis stocks for the VWAP fade. If you look back, they fade almost every single day. NBEV faded yesterday. The day before, it looks like Monday it faded, Friday it faded. Here it kind of faked out, but it actually touched the low of the day, so I might even consider that a success. Wednesday it faded, and so they've been fading almost every day. And so with that, I mean, I'm just going to keep trading it until it stops working, you know. That's all I can really do. SAEX for a swing. Yeah, I like it's right around the support on the daily. I mean, Milan, I just kind of drink my coffee and hit my vape. Yeah, that's about it. Nicotine and coffee is really what I do. Um, Young, I'm not sure what it's gonna do. I think it's probably gonna bounce at least at first. Like I think at the Open, a lot of stuff is gonna bounce. Whether it's gonna hold that bounce or not, or come right back down, is one thing. Obviously, it may kind of sound simple, but I think it's either gonna bounce at the Open and then wash, or possibly um, wash at the Open and then bounce. And so like a washout long, as simple as that sounds. But we'll see. I guess I'm a little bit more long biased. I think the market's probably going to rebound some today just because it was down so much, um, yesterday. And so I'm naturally long biased with that when that happens just because of extension. But we'll see. Yeah, Twitter is up on a press release that said they could see continued sustained growth or something like that in the company from the CFO. Look at GLUU starting to spike here. It's up to 674. And so I actually like this spike because that means it has the chance to cross under the VWAP at the Open. Yeah, AMRH doesn't look bad. It's a little bit cheaper of a stock, but after that big drop yesterday, I mean, it rebounded nicely. The big test is whether it holds over the $0.50 of 50 cents. Appreciate the sub, Cheesy. Welcome. Appreciate the sub, Ryan T. Welcome. A lot of stuff bouncing on no volume. Yeah, for sure. It will be concerning, I think, Netron, if the market drops again today. If the market keeps dropping today, it's a little scary if it does. We'll see what happens, though. Appreciate the sub, Josh. Welcome, man. Appreciate it. Usually the 1 minute bow is what I trade the fade off of. Oof, that's loud. NBEV just dropped a ton before the Open. But see, it all depends for GLUU. I mean, I think 7 is a good resistance level. So I want to see it get rejected at 7. Yeah, look at this drop on NBEV right before the Open. There's 65s on GLUU. 64s. The only problem with GLUU at this point is the risk. I mean, I could set my risk at 73, but I'm more leaning towards 81 as my risk. Kind of fading off the VWAP a little bit now, but I want to see a new candle. I don't want to see it on this candle. I mean, I guess that was a nice little fade already there, but what I'm looking for is it to get down to 650 at that $0.50 support bounce, pull back to the VWAP at 670. set my reward point at 650 for a 20-cent reward. Set my risk at about 680 for a 10-cent, 11-cent risk. 2-to-1 trade is what I'm looking for with GLUU. We'll see if it gives it to me though. Alright, so GLUU just broke under the $0.50. We'll see where this one heads. Like I said, maybe bounce off of 650 and then bounce up to 668 is what I like. It'll have a little bit of resistance at 670, and then 681 will kind of be my maximum risk here. PLAG breaking under the VWAP here. Huge range though. I mean, these are the range stocks that are just tough. We'll see if GLUU gives me that bounce. It's just about whether it'll actually give me that bounce up to the VWAP at this point. Yeah, PTI doesn't look bad. Alright, there's the crack under the $0.50 for GLUU. Wasn't a bad little fade at this first fade right up here. It's just, I like to see a little bit bigger drop, but it wasn't bad there. Faded nicely already, right here. And this is why it's important to analyze the extension level. When you see a stock gapped up over 10% like this, naturally, I'm pretty short biased at the open, and this is what I'd like to take advantage of here. I mean, I see PTI. It kind of faded, but it was more of a tight little range there at the open. I'm looking at it, though, but... PLAG spiking. So the next support level I see is 640 here. See if it comes right back down to that level. What did Twitter end up doing? Spiking up. What's the market doing? Down. The SPY kind of faded off the VWAP this morning. What's up, KC Mac? Outsiders, what's up, brother? There is a channel explaining the VWAP fade, Josh. If you want me to post that video, let me know. I do have a video explaining the VWAP strategy that I use. Let me know if you want me to post it. Yeah, sure, no worries. Yeah, give me a second. I'll post it. I mean, it's a very simple strategy. I mean, the basic strategy is look for a big wash, wait for a pullback to the VWAP, setting yourself a tight risk, and then setting your reward point at the low of the day, at least your first partial at the low of the day, and then seeing if it will actually crack that low of the day and continue going down. That way, if you take your partial at that previous low of the day and it doesn't crack it and it ends up bouncing back up, you can still get out for a small win or a break-even trade. But if it actually does break the low of the day, then it's a much bigger winner. And so it's just giving yourself the best chances of success in that trade is basically what it revolves around. And it makes sense. And so I just posted the video if anybody wants to watch that. But that's basically the strategy in a nutshell. It's a bear flag with a pullback to the VWAP with a big drop at first. Hey, nice trade though, Live Gains. You got in on the Oh, sorry guys, I forgot to put up my scanners. There we go. UAVS spiking up some. AMRH starting to spike some. But no, that was a good trade, Live Gains. If you got in on this pullback to the VWAP, I love that entry. A little bit too early for me, but I understand that logic for sure. Alright, so let's see. Remember, I bought a put option on GLUU this morning. I wonder if my price changed for that. It did. I'm currently up $4, $3 on the put option. But yeah, I mean, these are fairly easy to predict. This is why, like I said, for my option strategy, it's very similar to my day trading strategy. I just look for overextension and try to take advantage of the filling of that extension, the filling of the gap, you know. Now, one thing I do like much better about GLUU at this point is that if it pulls back to the VWAP now when it's at 660, I can set my risk level here at 670, giving myself a tighter risk. And that way, you know, if it falls back down, great. If not, you know, tight risk. The only problem is that the $0.50 is lower here as well. And so if that acts as support, it might be a little tougher. But we'll see. But yeah, AMRH spiking up here, breaking that high. Yeah, I mean AMRH is just not tradable. It's just too. It's cheap. It's under $1. I'm more looking at NIO VWAP bounce potential. If you look at NIO, it's kind of setting up for a bounce right off the VWAP. PTI fading some here. Yeah, PTI washing. Faded a little bit. A little low volume, though. The volume's pretty low with PTI. That's the only thing keeping me away from it. I don't know. I've never shorted on Thinkorswim, James. Nice, Young. Yeah, GLUU just never gave me a pullback to the VWAP. I don't mind a pullback to 650 at this point and setting that 660 risk here. I like that, but we'll see if it gives me that. It's a big pullback at this point. It's going to need a lot to get back up there. ACB. Yeah, I'm looking at ACB or OPK. Hold on, let me look at ACB. Yeah, ACB starting to spike up. I missed that one. I don't think it's tradable though. Is the only problem with it is that I don't think it's tradable. Market's a little slow today. SPY is kind of choppy, break even, really. BDR is popping up on the scanner. Is Twitter going to go up? I mean, I think Twitter's up a lot already, isn't it? Yeah, Twitter's testing the high of the day at 32.10, 32.15. Nice, Young. Nice trade, brother. Nice trade, man. Yeah, I liked GLUU for a short. It just never gave me my entry, just for my strategy. But I definitely liked it short, so nice work today, guys. NCTY. With the market how it was yesterday with so much downward moves, it's not. I don't think it's going to be a great day for shorts. I think GLUU is probably the outlier here where, it just gapped up nicely and gave you that opportunity to short it. But aside from that, I mean, the market's been a little reboundish today, I think. At least a lot of stocks have been. NOG was a nice fade. Hey, nice stock operator. Nice work, guys. Hey, at least somebody's taking advantage of that overextension on GLUU. I mean, like I said, I'm still holding that put option I bought this morning on GLUU, so I'm liking the drops. I still have a month just for it to get down to the 550s, $5 level before I can take profits, but lots of time to do that, and so I'm liking the drop on GLUU as well. I just didn't see my setup for the day trade. Like, preferably, I would have liked to see GLUU bounce back up to here and then make this move down, but it just never gave me my entry for it. So no stress, just got to stick to my plan. If it doesn't follow through, it doesn't follow through, and I can't chase it for me, at least for my strategy. But definitely agree with the overall short sentiment on GLUU this morning, and so nice work for anybody that took advantage of it. Yeah, GLUU gets interesting if it gets up to 650. It does get interesting there. Really interesting if it can get up to 650. If it does get up to 650, it's going to be a long road back up there. And so if it does, I'm definitely more short biased with it. See if it bear flags down if it gets up there. But yeah, Mitch, I know Mitch was talking about PTI. The volume's just so low on it right now. It's right around the VWAP, but overall volume on it is just so low. I'm just worried about a squeeze over that 560 level, but we'll see what happens. I also think GLUU may find resistance at 640. You can see how the support it had there in pre-market at 640, and so I think if it may get rejected there before it gets up to the VWAP, which is okay. Twitter flattened out. Yeah, there goes PTI spiking up. But yeah, exactly what I thought might happen with PTI, and that's exactly what I thought might happen. I think I mentioned that right before it did this, which, like I said, low volume, worried it's going to spike over that 560 level, and that's exactly what it did. Huge spike up to a big spike of 25 cents really, really quickly, and so that is what I was scared of. Glad I didn't take it, but That's what happens when you get low volume. I doubt there's any news for the cannabis stocks. I think it's mostly due to the big drop most of these had yesterday. Like if you look at all the cannabis stocks, NBEV, CRON, TLRY, they all dropped massively yesterday, like big percentage moves down. And so I think what we're seeing now is just rebounding from those big losses from yesterday. Yeah, NIO's at the VWAP. It's a VWAP rejection for NIO at this point. And so it doesn't look bad there. Risk of 635, tight risk for NIO. Yeah, for sure. I see the VWAP rejection yesterday for sure. You know, the long trader in me was has a little bit of FOMO because like I said, if anybody heard me right before this happened, I said I was worried about a spike over 560, and as soon as I said that, this thing spiked over 560, went up to 6. And so the long trader in me is maybe a little FOMO going on, but that's why it's one thing. It's like one thing people notice is that if you get good at shorting, you'll be able to predict longs a little bit more because you know when a stock's going to squeeze you out, and vice versa. If you get good at longs, you'll understand when a stock is going to drop and fake you out, and so kind of shows how you can use being good at long or shorts to trade the opposing side sometimes. James, I mean, it's really easy because I have 3 monitors. And so I have one on the left that you guys can't see. And then you can see here, if I pull my monitor to the side, I've got about 12 stocks I'm watching. So I can typically see them, see what's going on. Yeah, I just bought myself a 34-inch ultra-wide monitor, and so the one you all are watching is really my ultra-wide monitor. I'm loving it. It's cool. Always wanted a huge monitor like that, but yeah, for sure, Young. I mean, it makes sense. It only makes sense that if you understand on the long side when you're going to get faked out on the short side, on the downside, then you can understand how to predict drops a little bit better, and vice versa. You know, if you understand on the short side when you're going to get faked out and it's going to squeeze up, you can profit on the long side from it. And so being good at one helps you be better at the other, you know, long or short. You know, and for people that like the VWAP fade, there's an opposing side of the VWAP fade. Like, it's kind of like the opposite. A good example of it is Twitter here. Like, if you look at Twitter, it's like the opposite of a VWAP fade, right? It pulls up, pulls back to the VWAP here, and then bounces. Just like a VWAP fade, but the opposite. So, I call it the VWAP bounce, you know? Bullish trend, pull back to the VWAP, bounce off of it, tight risk here. And then a really pretty bounce there. I'm not feeling frisky enough for that, Todd. It's too expensive for me, man. But yeah, the better play I think was the good play that today was GLUU here. It didn't follow through with what I really look for with the fade, which is a bigger, more obvious pullback to the VWAP. This was just a quick pullback. But I think that would have been probably the best entry right there. I think maybe live gains might have caught that entry. But aside from that, it just didn't follow through really with what I was looking for. VWAP's just a little bit too high for GLUU. If the VWAP was a little bit lower, I wouldn't mind getting in on a bounce up to it, but VWAP's just a little bit too high up there for me at least. Wow, we have 423 people in here today. Nice. That's crazy. But yeah, at this point, the only thing I'm really looking at is PLUU. If it bounces up to 650, 645. If it does that, you can set a tight risk of 58. If you want to get a little bit more loose with it, 70. With the reward target of the previous low of the day at around 612, giving you positive risk reward. Like I said, the closer you buy it to resistance, the better your risk and reward is ultimately going to be. And so it all depends on where I'd want to set my risk. I'm leaning more towards this 660 level here as my risk. If it gets up there, setting a minor risk of 10 cents. If it breaks 660, I can jump out. Reward target, like I said, maybe down to the previous low of the day, maybe down to this support here at 620. It's kind of what I'm looking at for it, but we'll see. It's a big if. Yeah, we have over 500 people in here now. That's crazy. This is the most I've ever had. Kind of the worst day for it because I haven't traded today. But to be honest, I'm a little skeptical of it, you know. Like, I don't know if people are going to try to sabotage my channel by buying fake views or something. That's kind of what I guess I'm concerned about. Just because I've never seen this high of viewers. And you get a lot of haters maybe trying to sabotage it. And so that's the only weird thing that I find with having this many viewers, and that it's consecutively going up. It's almost like either somebody shared my content to their followers, or somebody maybe trying to sabotage it and buying fake views is the only thing I can really see, because I'm not really seeing that many people in the chat. So I'm going to have to reach out to YouTube and ask them to check that out, just because Listen, I'm glad I have this many viewers, but it's just strange that it would go up that much. All right, well, if y'all are new here, for all the new people who are here, how did you find out about the channel? Listen, I'm happy I have this many viewers, but like I said, naturally, I'm a little bit more hesitant. Who shouted it out? You know, if they're real, great. I'm super happy. I'm a robot. Hey, maybe that's the case, but welcome everybody. Welcome everybody that's here. Yeah, sorry I haven't traded today. It's just been a slow market day. So, you know, I day trade live on stream every weekday morning. So hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. But yeah, like I said, I'm just staying patient. Slow market day. Trying to maybe see if GLUU bounces to the VWAP for a short. Hey man, that's great if they're real, man. Hey, appreciate all the subs, guys. Appreciate all the views. You know what I mean? Right, that's what I'm thinking, Alex. That's exactly what I'm thinking, man. That's what I'm worried about is view bots. That's the only thing. Is that, you know? Here's the thing. If you're one of the haters that I get, you know, I can understand the logic in that. I'm just gonna give him a view bot and hope YouTube, you know, bans him or something. But like I said, I'm skeptical of it. And so if y'all are real, great. If not, you know, no stress. Hey, appreciate it. I appreciate it, everyone. Yeah, for sure, man. What's up, Power Zone? Hey, nice to see you, brother. Nice to see you, man. It's been a while, bro. Y'all are crazy, man. But yeah, AMRH popping up on the scanners. This thing's starting to run. I'm really going to start watching AMRH in the following days here. See if it rebounds from this. Yesterday it dropped from about $1 all the way to 33 cents. And then today it's back up to 80 cents. And so kind of a crazy move. I'm going to watch it to see if it follows through. My son is good, man. He's staying drama full as always, bro. But he's good, man. TRVG. Yeah, I was kind of bummed out. TRVG was removed from TEFs, and so it's no longer tradable. All right, so here's an interesting pullback on GLUU. Yeah, that's what I'm watching at this point, Mark. If it bounces up to the 640s, I'll get really interested in it with the risk of 660. We'll see if it gives me that bounce, though. That's really what I'm looking for. TRVG is tradable again. I know they took it off the day before yesterday. It is tradable. Okay, cool. So they did add it back to TEFs. That's good to see. So yeah, they're doing a good job of adding it back. But yesterday it wasn't tradable. And so I'm glad it's tradable. But yeah, at this point, like I said, I'm just waiting for this pullback to the VWAP here on GLUU. If it pulls back to the around 650, 645, I'll probably take a small position on it. We'll see, though. It's a big if, and it would have to get back up there for my risk and reward to be there. And so, like I said, if it pulls back to 646, I can set my risk level at 660 here. And then tight risk, potential reward would at least be down to 630, giving me around 2-1. But I'd preferably like to set it at 620, giving me 3-1. And ideally 610, which would be 4-1. And so either of those levels I like, but it would have to pull back to the 645 level, 650 to get that risk and reward. And so I'm just going to wait for that. Mitch is at work, man. He's been on the stream. He joined the stream a little bit. He'll be back tomorrow. He's working today. You show 84 watching now. Let me look. Let me refresh. Yeah, I'm showing 731 watching now. Which is, listen, I want to believe they're real and everything. You know what I mean? But I'm still going to reach out to YouTube and ask them to check on it. I do a lot of different stuff, Jason. I'm a real estate agent. I run an Amazon business that pays probably most of my bills, and I do this. So I have a few little side businesses, plus I'm a real estate agent. And so I just do a lot of different stuff. But it gives me that freedom to be able to trade the market every day, you know? All right, so like I said, just waiting on GLUU, see if it pulls back to the VWAP and I can take advantage of the fade, but waiting on it. You're working on getting your real estate license right now, John? That's cool, man. Yeah, I have an Amazon business. Right, no, that's what I'm saying as well. Cool. It's just strange. I'm actually emailing YouTube right now. Just because it's strange. It's very unusual. For the channel, it just seems too high, and so that's why I'm a little skeptical of it. You know what I mean? And if they're real, great. But like I said, naturally, I'm a little bit skeptical of it, just because that's a lot of people, and nobody really said where they came from, and so it's their first time today, so that's the only thing. And so yeah, if they're real, great, I'm happy. But if they're not, I gotta reach out to YouTube. All right, yeah, I just reached out to YouTube, so. Hey, like I said, if y'all are real, great. Not saying y'all are fake. I know generally I get recommended, but it's just strange. It's just abnormal, and so I just have to cover myself for that reason, you know. Yeah, no stress, EJ. What's up, Mihail? Hey, Mihail, I saw you emailed me, brother. I'll get back to you, man. It's been hectic, man. Like I said, man, my wife had a spinal tap last week. Luckily, it was negative for everything, and so she's fine. But because of that, I've been having to step up a little bit and watch my kids and take care of my kids, pick up my kids for. So it's been hectic, but I'll get back with you, brother. Also, shout out to Trade Ideas for allowing me to stream their scans. Really awesome scanning software. If anybody's interested in checking out Trade Ideas, I'll go ahead and post the link. But really awesome dynamic scanner. Regardless of what your niche is in trading, they typically have a scan for it. And so you can build it kind of around your niche. I'm working on a VWAP fade scan at this point. And so we'll see how that goes. But again, shout out to Trade Ideas. If you're interested in a scanner, go check them out. I'll post the link. What's up, Skynet? What's up, brother? Long time no see, man. Yeah, we're getting a few people in here I haven't seen in a while, brother. But yeah, man, appreciate it. No stress, Audrey. Yeah, I'm done talking about it. So no stress. Like I said, I'm just looking at GLUU, seeing if it bounces back to the VWAP. Nice, Abby. Hey, good to see. Good to see. It's giving you value, Abby. But yeah, I really want to see GLUU get back up to 645. If it can get there, I'll take it. But if it doesn't get up there, I'm just gonna watch. You know, market's a little slow today, so got to be careful. Oh no, you're good, Andre. I get it, man. All right, so 633 on GLUU. So yeah, GLUU is really the only one I like at this point. PTI may be bouncing off the VWAP here. So if you look at PTI, it pulled back to 570, right around the VWAP. A tight risk would be 560 here, if you got in right around here. And so tight risk there, but not really on the short side. I think a lot of stuff is bouncing today because it had such a big red day yesterday. And so I think today's more of a long day, and I'm more of a short trader, but GLUU is getting awfully close to that VWAP level, and I may take a partial here, just a small starter with 100 shares, and then set a tight risk of about 650. And so I'm in with 100 on GLUU. Like I said, ultimate goal is for it to come back down to the low of the day. Risk in this case is 650. So yeah, so far this week I have had 2 green days and 1 break-even day where I ended up in about $2 gross profit, so I consider that break-even. And so not a bad week, just trying to give myself a tight risk for this one. It's a little bit later in the day than I typically trade, and so we'll see if it works out, but I don't necessarily mind it. It has some resistance at 640 here, and so that's the only reason I'm jumping in a little bit early. And if I jump in a little early, I could set my risk right around the $0.50, 650, maybe 655. It just depends on how it looks when it gets up there. Like I said, reward point is going to be around 610, hopefully. And so we'll see if it gives me that move. Entry is 635. But yeah, if anybody wants to learn the strategies we use, you can go check out our site. I can post the link here as well. But if you go to our site, it kind of has a strategy section that goes over the different strategies we use. And so there's a short and long section. You can go to the short section, see the VWAP fade, which is probably the strategy I use the most. And it kind of breaks down a few other strategies. We also have packages if anybody's interested. We don't try to pretend to be experts or anything like that. But we day trade live on stream every week, and we're actually profitable, and it's all verified and documented live since we trade on stream every weekday. And so if you want classes, it's about $2 a class after everything is said and done. I think there's actually a sale where it's $30 instead of $40, so it's about $1.50 a class. And we hold them every weeknight, so go check that out if you're interested. Like I said, we don't pretend to be experts at all. We're just trying to help new traders learn. And that's our goal. And so teaching them about risk and reward and stuff like that. So go check that out if you have time. But going to see what GLUU will give me here. I know NBEV is tradable. With regard to all the other ones, I'm not sure. I don't think NAUH is. Let me see about UAVS. NAUH is not. UAVS is not. So NBEV is, the other two are not. All right, so it's down to 33. Looking for a wash, maybe a little bit longer term trade. Ultimate goal, like I said, is to get down to that previous low of the day at 610, which would be ideal. But we'll see. It's a big if. You know, it's kind of a slower moving. It's been kind of slowly moving up for the last 30 minutes or so. And so I'm liking this drop. I just want to see a bigger breakdown now that it's slowly moved up here. There's 31s, 30s. See if we get a big drop here. This is really what I was looking for. Let's see if it gets down to 620. If it gets down to 620, I'll take a small profit there. But yeah, if you all haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Like I said, Mitch and I day trade live on stream every weekday morning. So we document our trades and we trade live, so we can't really hide anything every weekday morning. So if you're new and haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Appreciate the sub, Lewis. Welcome, brother. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, it was just odd. No stress though. Regardless of what it is, like it'll be okay. You know, I'm glad I have all these new viewers though. But watching GLUU here, see if it breaks down under 630. The only thing I don't like, it's a little bit of a triangle on the upside, which is the scary part. But the risk is tight enough to not stress it too much. See, this is why though. This is why I was a little bit skeptical of it. Is because you see how quickly it just dropped. You know, I seriously doubt that everybody just decided to leave at the same time, and that's why I'm a little bit hesitant in it and skeptical of it. You know what I mean? Like that's why I'm skeptical of it. But I'm not gonna keep talking about it. But that's why I'm skeptical of it. That's why I emailed YouTube first thing is because everybody leaves all at one time. Super unlikely. How do I do that, Callum? Oh, you're talking about my TEF's account number. How was it on Snap, Danny? Were you long or short? About a year and a half, 2 years, Benoit. The only reason I can pronounce that correctly is because I'm from Louisiana. All right, so still holding GLUU with the small sizing here. I like the resistance it built at 640, which was that previous support in pre-market, so I do like that. Just going to let it work. You were short on Snap. It looks like it worked out for you, Danny. Nice work, brother. 705, good entry, man. Almost around that high, so nice work, bro. Hey, appreciate it, Sam. Hey, take it easy, James. Have a good day, brother. You too. You as well, man. I'll see you tomorrow, bro. Looking at Kron, the cannabis stocks are kind of pulling back here. Appreciate it, live gains. Yeah, man, I may have jumped in a little bit early. I like that 640 resistance, though, and it's close enough to the VWAP to take it. But like I said, I like that 640 resistance. It has to break under 630 here now that it's built some support at 630. But I like the 640 resistance there, and so that's really what I like about it. We'll see if it works out, but at this point, my risk is small for 650. About a 15-cent risk. Reward's going to be down to 610, so about a 30-cent reward. So 2 to 1 if I hold it to those levels, and that's really what I'm shooting for here. Nice, Danny. Hey, I like those exits as well, brother. Good work. But yeah, I don't mean to say it, but I don't mean to keep talking about it, but this was 100% a view bot. Somebody trying to sabotage my channel is what this is. Luckily, I already reached out to YouTube, but that's if you see that big drop off, that's 100% a view bot, and that's why I keep talking about it is because it's just suspect. You know what I mean? Somebody getting jealous, insecure, whatever they want to do, and trying to mess with me on my channel. But no stress. Yeah, for sure. 100% cool. And that's why I was suspect. People were wondering why I kept talking about it is because it was just suspect, man. And no stress. Like I said, I understand it, and that's why I immediately reached out to YouTube and said, hey, this is weird. Look into this. Just people just kind of grasping at straws, trying to find a reason to mess with me, which is, I get it. I mean, if you're not doing anything with your life, you're going to try to mess with other people out of insecurity. So, I mean, I get it, but got to protect myself. All right, so we're testing that 640 level, which I said I liked as the resistance. We'll see if it breaks there. It's back up to the VWAP here. Like I said, risk is about 650. And so I don't mind that risk. We'll see if it works out. Just trying to hold firm in it. Yeah, for sure, John. But it's not that. It's how quickly it dropped off. You know what I mean? The chances that everybody just all decided to leave at one point is extremely low, and so that's what's suspect about it. But I won't talk about it anymore. But that's what's suspect about it. If people are wondering why I'm getting a little weird with it, that's why. Yeah, it's either an add point or an entry point here for GLUU right around the VWAP. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm in with this silver. I got in a little bit early, but that's kind of my logic behind this one as well. Risking off of 650, looking for a drop back down to 610, the low of the day, whole dollar of six. You know, it's just been moving up now for an hour or so. I think it's time to come back down for GLUU. And so, still definitely short biased with it. We'll see if it gives me that move that I'm looking for. What's up, bro? What's up, Jonathan? Long time no see, brother. How you doing, man? Hope you're doing well, brother. Some weird flashes on the level on the time in sales. It's down to 638. Still just testing this previous resistance here, this previous support at 640. I appreciate the sub. Welcome, brother. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, I'm still waiting. Like this little consolidation here under that resistance at 640. Like I said, this may be a longer term trade just because it took a long time for it to get up here. Um, and so, like this consolidation, like that resistance holding, want to see it continue to hold. But like I said, maximum risk is 640 or 650, 652 maybe. To give myself a little bit in case it just kind of dips over it for a second. But trying to be patient with it. One of my rules is I don't get into more than one trade at a time. And really, this is the only one that I really liked at this point in time. I don't really like any of these other moves. I'm really with GLUU. I'm concerned a little bit with it just because you see this slow move up. It's almost like you can see it forming a channel here, and so that's the only reason I'm a little skeptical of it. A lot of times with the VWAP fade, if it would have moved up to the VWAP on this bounce here, I would have liked it a lot more than where I'm at now. But we'll see. I mean, I have a tight risk, good reward, and so I'm just going to let it play out. If it stops me out, no stress, you know. Haven't had a red day this week yet, so, you know, if it stops me out, so be it. Losing trades are going to happen, you know. Yeah, that's exactly what I see as well, live gains. And so that's, like I said, the only reason I'm a little suspect with it. But we'll see. I mean, I'll give it to 650, you know. I'm still taking small sizing. I'm going to start using bigger sizing next week. And so if I take a small loss here, you know, it's not the end of the world. Appreciate the sub, Jake. Welcome, brother. Appreciate it, man. I do like the fact that it's starting to consolidate here, though, under that 640 level. And so I do like that about it, but just trying to give it that time. It's just been consolidating in between 630s, 638, and 640 for a minute now. So when it finally breaks, it may break up. I just got to be careful with it and just set my risk. Sure. There's the 2-minute time frame. VWAP's still at 644 on the 2-minute, at least for me. 643, 644. Yeah, 643 is right around where the VWAP is. It's both on the same. It's the same on both. I'm probably not going to add to it, no. I'm taking small sizing until next Monday when I'm going to move up to a few hundred shares. But like I said, I'm a little bit skeptical of this move at this point. And so for that reason, I don't want to add to it until it's. I don't want to add to this position at this point. I'm just gonna wait it out, see if I get the drop that I'm looking for. If not, get out if it breaks 650. Just gonna hold it to my levels at this point, just because I'm not as confident in it. And at this point, it's been forming a little price action channel in between 38 and 40. So just gonna see if it can break that little channel there. There we go. Like that drop. That's the drop I wanted to see. So glad I see that drop, but definitely liking the drop now. Looks good. Just going to let it go. Just going to let it hold to my levels, though. I mean, like I said, when I got into it, this may be a little bit longer term trade, and that's okay. Because I think if it does break down under this 620, 630 level, it's going to break down and at least test the 615 point. And so I'm just going to let it hold to my levels. I like this pullback, and so I'm just going to let it wait. All right, Live Gains, have a good day, brother. See you later, cool. Have a good day, brother. Yeah, that's why I like using Thinkorswim for charts. It's just what I'm used to. I'm used to using Thinkorswim for charts, and so it's just what I'm used to. It's what I know. The executing part of TEFs is great, but I just love Thinkorswim. It's what I'm comfortable with, is the best way to describe it. And so I just stick to what I'm comfortable, what makes me feel more comfort in the trade. I appreciate the sub, Ed. Welcome, brother. Appreciate it, man. All right, so it's at 632. Just having patience with this one. 35, I think is my entry. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at as well. That 630 level, it has all that support here. And so I want to see a break underneath that. Fade back down to the low of the day is the ultimate goal for this one. There we go. There's 620 break. Looking good. Quick bounce back up. 630 still holding as support. Ideally, I'd like to see it break under 630 and then hold that area as resistance since it was major support previously. Here's 627s. Just going to let this one work out. I appreciate the sub, Hassan. Welcome, man. Appreciate it. Also has a little bit of support there on 626. So let's see if that 630 area can hold as resistance. All right, Amy, have a good day. Appreciate all the support. It means a lot. So have a good day. I'll see you next time. For the most part, I use the VWAP. I just try to stick with what works for me, and the VWAP is what works for me. So I just try to stick with what works. Hey, appreciate the $5 donation, Matt. Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate the support, man. Means a lot, brother. Long time no see, man. I hope you're doing well, brother. Hope life is good for you, man. All right, so here's the bounce back over 630. That's like the last thing I wanted to see. And so hopefully that area continues to hold as resistance, but that's the last thing I wanted to see was that bounce at 630 and these up wick or these down wicks here. And so I'd like to see, like I said, I want to see 630 continue to hold as resistance. It was big support previously, and so I want to see that area hold as resistance. I like this drop. We'll see if we can get a follow through for once. There's 628, looking good. See if we can get a bigger drop down now. I appreciate the sub, RJ. Welcome, brother. Appreciate it, man. All right, so it's really important that it breaks this newest support it built at 626. That's really important. I want to see that support break now. And I want to see that previous support turn into resistance at 630. At this point, my entry's okay enough to where if it rebounds, I can get out for a tiny loss, break-even trade. But at this point, if it gets over this 640 level, I have to adjust my risk. 642, I'll get out. Hey, appreciate it, RJ. Welcome, brother. But yeah, appreciate the $5 dono, Matt. Means a lot, brother. Hey, appreciate it, RJ. Appreciate it, man. All right, I do like these up wicks now. Um, if you could look, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more for these. I do like these up wicks here if it holds. All right, Milan, have a good day, bro. The account manager is from Tefs. I mean, that used to be my strategy, is just waiting for big support levels like the low of the day to break and then jumping in short. I found a lot of times I get faked out, and so I've had better success with waiting for a pullback and then taking a partial exit at those support levels, if that makes sense. And so I used to short a lot at the low of the day. As soon as it would crack the low of the day, I would jump in short. But like I said, I had mixed results. A lot of the time, it would fake me out and just kind of bounce right back, you know? All right, it's up to 634s. This is a good example of it, right? It tried to break 630 and just faked out and just bounced right back. Yeah, I like that. I kind of like that plan. Jump in with small sizing once the low of the day breaks, and then add once you get confirmation. Makes sense. Nice, nice hand yelp. Nice work, brother. Good work. Yeah, Twitter went up today. What is Twitter doing? Oh, Twitter's about. It pulled back some, kind of bouncing up and down around the VWAP. Live gains. Yeah, man, for sure. I'm watching it. If it breaks 640, I'm out. If it breaks that 640 support, I'll probably jump out. All right, so there's a bounce up to 338. Like I said, if it cracks 640 here, I'm definitely jumping out of this one. Major support level, like Live Gains is saying here. And so I'll let it test it, but if it cracks, I'm just going to jump out quickly. All right, there's 640. Like I said, this is where I'm going to really hold it tight here. I broke it for a split second. Gonna let the test it. Gonna let it test it here. It's really fighting this 640 level. All right, there's 638s. This is really the move I have to watch out for because it's a little bit of a flag pattern here. All right, there's the drop. I like the drop. Down to 36s. This might be a longer term trade, everyone. So I'm just going to set a stop at 43. At 643 and walk away. It's been, I've been holding it for a while. I got to get stuff ready for class tonight. So I'm just going to set a stop there and just walk away. But good luck for the rest of the day, everyone. If you haven't already, I day trade live on stream every weekday morning starting at 8:40 market time. So make sure to come check us out again tomorrow and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And yeah, good luck for the rest of the day. I'll see you all tomorrow morning, same time as always. If you haven't already as well, check out SnapTrade. They did sponsor today's news, so go check them out. You can see a watch list. If I build my watch list here every morning, I'll share it with you. And really cool tool, has technical signals, shows you the market cap, volume, change percentage. It also has some really cool scanners regardless of what your niche is. So high gainer volatile stocks, high gainer penny stocks, cannabis stocks, earnings, whatever your sector is, they have it. And they also do news. So kind of a triple threat here. If I click today's news, it shows me the hottest news stories in today's market. Plus, if I just want to see what's moving in my watch list, I can click that as well, and it shows me the news for my watch list specifically. And so go check it out. I'll post the link. That's SnapTrade, snaptrade.us. And like I said, I'll go ahead and post the link if anybody's interested. But yeah, kind of a weird day for the stream. Going to see what YouTube has to say about it. But good luck for the rest of the day, all. I'll see you all later. Have a good day.